SR&BG, Gangstalking, Serpent Seeds, and Dinosaurs. Before I start this video, I want to thank everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you in your situations. Just in case you don't make it to the end of the video, I wanted to thank you now. Thank you. And I mean that. Yeah, I said gangstalking, serpent seeds, and dinosaurs. I know you sitting up there thinking, what the hell do my neighbor, the gangstalker, serpent seed, gangstalking serpent seed, what the hell do the gangstalking serpent seed have to do with a T-Rex or a velociraptor? I'm going to explain all of that. But first, let me answer a question real quick. This question comes from Fresh Jeff. Shout out to Fresh Jeff. Fresh Jeff writes, how do you get a girlfriend when you're being gang-stalked and outcast anyway? That isn't exactly what he wrote, but I don't have my computer in front of me, so I'm going to sum it up like that. How do you get a girlfriend when you're being gang-stalked? You're outcast. You're in the isolation tactic. How do you even get into a relationship? The same way you get a woman when you're not being gang-stalked. I was gang-stalked my whole life, and I've been having women. My problem is the woman a Jezebel? Is she an NPC? Is she a serpent seed? Or is she a chosen one? I never had a problem with the ladies. Why? Because body gangs. When you practice body gangs. That's why I talk about body gangs. When you look good and you smell good and you sound good, I don't care if you gang stalked or not, you're going to get a woman. Look, women that's Jezebels, women that's witches, women that's narcissists, women that's NPCs and serpent seeds, they all like guys that look good, that smell good, that take care of themselves. Whether you being gang stalked or not, being gang stalked is not an excuse for not having a damn woman. You hear what I'm saying? How do you get a woman when you being gang stalked? You have confidence mixed with the body gangs, mixed with the SR, not approaching her just for sex. When you do that and you talking about something that mattered and you smell good and your teeth is brushed, I don't care if you being gang stalked. Look, there will be women that don't even like you that will want to be around you. You know how many Jezebels was in my presence and I had to say, if you don't like me, why are you here? And then I said, oh, I forgot. I'm the son. When you take care of yourself, when you got the confidence, you're going to get the woman. You choose to be in a relationship at that point. The only problem with vibing high, taking care of yourself, smelling good, being on your game, you're going to attract a lot of Jezebels. You're going to attract serpent seeds. And that will be your job at that point, seeing who's the righteous one. You hear what I'm saying? But once you start vibing high, once you get on 120 days SR, once you start getting the feminine energy from a woman through a conversation and not just with the googly eyes, but you really listening and you really getting that energy, women are just going to be attracted to you. There's a guy I know, and he's always talking about how he got these women and he's a ladies' man and all of that, and he attract women. And I look on his YouTube page and it's no women. If you attract women, if you naturally attract women, it don't stop. It don't stop. You will look in somebody's content up in their comments and you will see women. No matter what they talking about, they can be having a mukbang. But if they really attract women in real life, it ain't going to stop. That person can be in jail and the nurses will be flirting with that guy. It just don't stop. I've seen old guys that attract women ever since they was young, and they be attracting nurses in the nursing home. No, the nurses ain't gonna sleep with them, but the nurses like them. It's just something that the nurses like about them. You hear what I'm saying? That's how you attract the women when you get in gang stalk. Fresh Jeff, you attract them and you get in a relationship and you have kids, and you do it the same way when you not getting gang stalk. Gang stalk ain't stopping nothing. You hear what I'm saying? I think the gang stalking brung me more women because it was more Jezebels trying to tap in. It was more serpent seeds trying to tap in. It seems like I was getting more women when I was knee deep in the gang stalking. You hear what I'm saying? I know that sounds crazy. I was homeless, I was depressed, but I was in the gym. I was working out, and oh my God. You hear what I'm saying? It kind of slowed down now, but let's talk about these serpent seeds, these dinosaurs. Yesterday, I made a video. I think it was titled Gangstalking, Serpent Seeds, Chosen Ones, in the unequal yoke, or something like that, right? I don't have to make another video about serpent seed chosen one's relationship, because my advice is don't mess with them. As soon as you figure out this person is a serpent seed, you would be able to smell them because they got a different smell. It's a spiritual smell. You will be able to see them. You could see it in their eyes. You could see it on their face. This is why they can't touch us, the real chosen ones, because we could see them. You're going to be able to hear what they say about people. Look, if you realize you're in the presence of a serpent seed, whether that person is in your family or you just hella attracted to them, just get out of there. That's my advice. It's nothing else. The longer you stay, the more your energy is going to get low. And once your energy get low, they're going to strike in some type of way. You hear what I'm saying? I don't even have to get real deep into the serpent seed chosen one relationship. They're going to do everything they could do to make your energy get low. And remember, they have patience. Some of them can work on you for 5-6 years. Once your energy is low, insurance policy. Yeah, they'll take you out for an insurance policy. I don't care how long you've been around this damn serpent seed. It's just like a snake, a rattlesnake. You could nurse it back to health, and it'll bite you. It'll forget about all of that. I don't care. It'll forget about all of that. You hear what I'm saying? Where did these serpent seeds come from, though? That's it on a relationship. You should have the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and the nose to smell these bastards. And if you don't, you need to be fasting and praying. God forbid you fall in love with a serpent seed and have kids by him. I'm just telling you like that. You hear what I'm saying? Where did they come from? Remember, I just said the dinosaurs, right? The serpent seeds, the spirit that's inside of these serpent seeds is the same spirit that was inside of the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs was the Nephilim. Okay, let me take it back to the beginning, right? So the watchers, the programmers, the fallen angels, the ones who was looking down, and instead of writing the programs and keeping the programs in order, they decided to come down here. I don't know if it was slicing and cloning or strictly boning, but they started having babies with these damn women down here. They found them attractive. I don't know if they found their face attractive or just their womb. I heard that they were scientist programmers. So it probably was some slicing, some splicing, and cloning. Or it probably was just strictly boning, but they had these babies. They didn't try to just sleep with the women just to feel good. No, they was having babies to go against us, these these superhumans. We're talking about the serpent seeds are supposed to be the superhumans, right? So they start having these babies. Some of the babies look like the mama. So some of the babies look like big human giants. Some of the babies look like the dads, because the fallen, the watchers, the programmers, they are of a reptilioid race, right? So that's why giant reptilians, dinosaurs, right? Remember, a lot of things that this simulation make at first in its early stages, it's real big, like the cell phone, like the computer. The computer was so big. The camera was so big before it got small, right? Go look at the first computer and see, it looked like a damn apartment building or some shit. But now we have little computers. The same thing with the dinosaurs. The first ones was real big. The first ones was real big, like them big ass cell phones. And they was deformed too. They was like this. You ever seen a person walking on their tippy toes like this and their arms are like this? It's a reason. It's a reason why. You hear what I'm saying? People that walk like that, we call them retarded, for a lack of a better word. Those people have some of this DNA up in them. Whether they like it or not, they could be cool and all of that. But the dinosaurs, let's take the T-Rex. He had those little arms and he walked like that. It wasn't perfected. They was eating people. It was crazy. But then the Most High judged it. And remember, the 1% rule. He destroyed everything except for 1% of things. The Nephilim demons that died, they became demons. They are running around. These are the demons that's up in these damn serpent seeds. The same demons as the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs, some of the dinosaurs did survive. The 1% of dinosaurs did survive. And these dinosaurs got smaller and smaller and turned into these families that you see that's running the world. Yeah, these families that you see is the ultimate serpent seeds. Yet they're not at the top. They're not at the top. They're still puppets for these demons that was roaming the earth way back in the days. Yes, Queen Elizabeth could have a T-Rex spirit up in her. The same spirit as the Velociraptor is the same spirit as Jeffrey Dahmer, man. Yeah. Somebody asked me, where do these spirits that get into the serpent seed? Also the narcissists too. Where do these spirits come from? These are the same ancient Nephilim spirits. That's why a serpent seed will know a lot of stuff. A serpent seed will know more stuff than me, man. I'm talking about a serpent seed that's on Skid Row. You would talk to a serpent seed on Skid Row, and they'd tell you stuff like, you would forget that you're talking to a homeless guy. You would think that you're talking to a philosopher from Harvard. I done did it time and time again, talking to serpent seeds, man. They can't harm you when you vibing high. When you vibing high and you got a righteous heart, when you come around them, they tell you stuff. Remember I told you this one dude, D Hustle, he transformed. His head looked like a Ninja Turtle, and he said, "Is there any help for the widow, son?" "No, the widow works alone." You hear what I'm saying? He told me more stuff, but I ain't gonna tell y'all. Somebody asked me real quick. Somebody asked me, can I give them an example on how the universe speaks to me? Yes, I'm gonna give you an example. So the other day, I was watching this video on the blue star Kachina, and I was asking, I meditated on it. I said, is all of this blue star Kachina really real? Is they going to come? Is the blue star Kachina going to come and purify the earth and all of this type of stuff? And I'm talking about like 3 minutes later, my son came to me and said, Daddy, can you put some of this on me? Now, when I was young, look, this is Blue Star. I meditated on it, and then my son came. He got a mosquito bite. He said, can I put some of this on his bite? Blue Star ointment. The first thing that comes to my mind with Blue Star ointment, and probably anybody that grew up in the 70s, the 80s, the early 90s, is ringworms, right? That's why I got this, because my daughter got a ringworm like 1.5 years ago. She got it right on her elbow, right here. I bought some, and it went away, and I just put it in the medicine cabinet, and whenever they get a mosquito bite, then I put a little bit on it. And I never noticed that it was Blue Star ointment that killed ringworms. So this is one way the universe speaks to me. Another way is, I was telling my daughter how, you want to hear something about this? It'll trip you out. All right, check this out. So the Most High said, you can eat any fruit in the garden except for the fruit that grows in the center of the garden, right? The center of the body is the stomach, right? Right up in the gut, right? So you can eat any fruit in the garden except for the fruit that grows in the center of the garden. And this fruit that grows in the center of the garden is the fruit of knowledge. So I look around the earth and I see what produces knowledge. The monkeys don't, the trees don't, the camels don't, none of the animals are insects. And then I realized that men and women, we are the fruit of knowledge. But hold on, let me explain this. The knowledge of astrology, the knowledge of surgery, the knowledge of plumbing and electricity and architect and philosophy and on and on and on, theater. Everything comes out of us. All of the knowledge. You could sit somebody down, like I just said, the guy on Skid Row, and all of the knowledge. I done heard people that wasn't even serpent seeds that had so much knowledge, man. TD Jakes got a lot of damn knowledge. There's people in the conscious community that got knowledge on all types of things, building pyramids and the constellations. You know, I heard this from somebody else. It kept me up for a long time. I heard this from Mason Man. I said, break down the fruit in the garden, Mason Man. What was it? And he said it was people. Remember I told you that the code 111 that came out in the year 2011 was a code. How we was all connected. All of our birthdays, the last two of our birthday and the age we was going to be that year in 2011 all added up to 111. And I said that 111 is on the Monster can and 111 is also on Adidas, right? We're the monster, right? You see how she got the monster in her hand. This is the, the fringe picture that I use with the apple and the two fetuses up in there, like that. Don't the Most High call us the apple of his eyes? Didn't he tell us to be fruitful and multiply? Don't we call our children our seeds? Aren't we waiting for a harvest? I forgot more. I mean, Mason Man was keep on bringing out different things in the Bible, proving how we are the fruit. And the Most High said you can eat anything, but don't be drinking on that damn adrenochrome. Now, I'm not talking about adrenochrome now. What happens when let's say a celebrity drink the adrenochrome, what does it promise to do? It promised to keep them young. It promised them to see things, see into the spiritual realm and know things. They become clairvoyant and clairaudience and all of this stuff. Remember, the promise was, if you eat this fruit, you will be able to see what the gods see. Why do you think that they had them rituals to drink the adrenochrome and eat the fruit? To see what God see. You hear what I'm saying? I said, wow, Mason, man, you telling me that in the garden, Adam and Eve was cannibals? And he said, yeah, but it was more ritualistic. They wasn't just... You hear what I'm saying? And it wasn't just one baby, one day. Look, he said that in the Bible, when they say one day, it could be 1,000 years. So Adam and Eve now was performing this ritual for years. Adam and Eve now was eating their kids. Don't that sound crazy? No, this is even crazier. And remember, this isn't my theory. This is just something that kept me up for a long time, man. And I still be thinking about this. It even tripped my daughter out. I said, so what's the fruit of life? What's the tree of life? And he said, the human body. I said, man, how is the human body the tree of life? He said, because we represent the Most High. The Most High is life. You hear what I'm saying? Not an NPC body or anything like that. A divine body is a representation of life. The Most High is life, like how Satan them is the representation of death. So if we was to eat ourselves, I said, hold on, Mason, man, you telling me that the body, the human body, a divine human body, not a dog body, not an NPC body, not that old serpent seed body, but a divine body is the tree of life. And he said, yes, that's why people don't eat themselves. He said, yeah, imagine this. Imagine the sickest thing that a person do on this planet. And I thought about some creepy stuff, man. And he said, have you ever heard about a person eating themselves? Just eating themselves. What's stopping you from eating yourself? I said, Mason, man, what's stopping the person from eating themselves? He said, remember, God put some angels over the fruit of life, over the tree of life. So you can't eat yourself. Look, a person is starved to death before they eat their own leg. Just think about it. Well, you could just chop off your leg right now and boil it and make some tacos, but it won't even cross your mind. It can't cross your mind. It won't. A person can eat dogs and other people. A person can eat your leg, but a person can't eat their leg, especially raw. Just bite down on a bicep and just keep eating it as to not just bite themselves, but for appetite, like how you eating it, like some damn popcorn or a steak or some shit. You know, Mason, man, used to tell me so much stuff, man. It used to blow my damn mind. It used to blow my mind, man. So people can't eat, like I can't eat myself. It's impossible. Why? Because this is supposed to be the tree of life. And two chosen ones come together, and what would they fruit be? Life. You hear what I'm saying? The fruit of knowledge and life. They say that, Mason Man also told me this. He said that you notice that a lot of captains, like Captain Hook and Blackbeard and different ones, they had a body part missing. This is why, because them and the crew, they did a ritual to eat his arm or eat his leg so that they could get the riches and have protection of the sea and all of that type of stuff. Now remember, this isn't my theory. This is just something that I heard while I was passing through this damn life. And I got a lot of things that I done heard while I was passing through this damn life. A lot of people ain't even ready for it. I understand if somebody's not ready to believe that the big sin that cursed everybody, the one in the Bible, the fruit, was really adrenochrome. And it's still going. It's still going. You really want to get into the big leagues? Like, really? You got to eat the fruit. And I just told you what the fruit was. All praises to the Most High. Thank you to everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you and your situations. Peace.